I tell you what, self-awareness is so lacking. It's so like people really think that they're more important than they are, and they just don't see the bigger picture because people are just we have been too used to, particularly Americans, we are too used to lying to each other. So much so that particularly the ladies, they believe their delusions. So there's a lack of self-awareness. So if anybody ends up having a problem with them, it's always, oh, it's because I'm black or it's because I'm white. No, 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 no. It's something else. And it's something very obvious. Right? So here, this lady or a female comedian, which is an oxymoron in and of itself. Um, Here she talks about what it's like flying on certain planes and the reactions she gets from certain people.
If I'm flying first class, the only time I don't get a dirty look from people on the plane is if I'm flying into or out of Atlanta. That's it. Because the white people in Atlanta are accustomed to seeing black people do well. And they're near those black people. Not only did I grow up seeing successful black people and black people with money and black professionals and generational black wealth, white people saw black professionals and generational black wealth. We have black lawyers on buses. We had black sheriffs. We had corrupt black sheriffs. You know how long you have to have a black sheriff before they can be corrupt?
Corrupt black sheriff.
You know how long you have to have black politicians before they can be corrupt? Because if they're the first ones, they got to be good. By the time you get so many, you're like, we can steal money now, right? Yeah. If I'm flying first class, the only time I don't get a dirty look from people on the plane is if I'm flying into or out of Atlanta.
So right there, when she said that, I was like, where's she getting at? Where is she? What angle is she getting at here?
That's it. Because the white people in Atlanta are accustomed to seeing black people do well. And they're near those black people. Not only did I grow up seeing successful black people and black people with money and black professionals and generational black wealth, white people saw black professionals and generational black wealth. We have black.
So, look, man. I don't want to say the obvious, but young lady, the reason why, hold on, I'll refresh it. Let me start it from the beginning because I just want to pinpoint the part that she said when she talked about being on a plane and people giving her dirty looks.
Only time I don't get a dirty look from people on the plane is if I'm flying into or out of Atlanta. That's it.
So, right here.
Because the white people in Atlanta are accustomed to seeing black people do well.
It's not that. This is where when we talk about self-awareness, young lady, you are about 300 or 400 and something pounds minimum. When people are on planes, a lot of the times they don't know who's going to sit next to who. So when you're talking about into or out of Atlanta, if you're excluding the South, where you got people from the New England region, right? The California region, you know, these spots, New York region, right? They're not they're the reason why, if you feel like you're getting dirty looks, is they're hoping that you don't sit next to them. And it's almost a relief that, oh, you're going to first class, you're not going to be sitting next to them. They're not trying to have you spill over once you sit down next to them. That's why they give most normies give fat people dirty looks when they enter the plane because they're not trying to sit next to them. There's no disrespect to you. What's her name? Dulce Loan. I don't know if that's her comedian name. Dulce Sloan. Oh, she's that girl on the what's that show? The Daily Show. I've seen her before. Dolce Sloan. Yes. So what she doesn't understand is they just don't want you sitting next to them. It's not even the dirty looks because you riding first class. That you get if you're getting dirty looks, it's because you're fat. And even if it's not even a matter of sitting next to them, if you're a fat person, people are gonna look at you a little bit differently. You know what I mean? Because you're fat, and it has nothing to do with your race. Trust me. What was? I bet you if she lost the weight, because I don't think she's like me personally. I'm looking at her, right? And I could be. I'm just saying if she lost the weight, if say she was like 100 and if she was 200 to 300 pounds lighter, and she was like 130 pounds, 140 something, 40 something pounds, I think I'm talking about even white dudes would find her pretty. I'm talking about like I've seen pretty girls of all races uh sit next to a bigoted white person, and a white dude would be still trying to talk nice to the girl because she's pretty. So I young lady, it's not because of race. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I'm looking at you like like they're looking at you and they're just like, oh, hopefully she ain't this. I don't want her sitting next to me. You know what I mean? Daughter of Sasha Colby. But it's just I don't.
If I'm flying first class, the only time I don't get a dirty look from people on the plane is if I'm flying into or out of Atlanta.
In the Atlanta point, what she got to understand, they're when you're coming from these spots, they're pretty used to seeing very obese looking people coming through and in and out. So it's not even a sight for sore eyes. Like, especially if she goes overseas, they're gonna be looking at her like, bruh. If she goes overseas, people, and yeah, they could be looking at you because you're black if you going overseas, but it's most likely another part of it too is your weight. You know what I mean? I don't know, because unfortunately we don't tell women the truth when it comes to these kind of things, because we spare their feelings. But young lady, they not staring at you because you black. They stared at you because you're fat, and they probably don't want you sitting next to them. As fucked up as that is, that's what it is.